And now it's time for Ask Roz and Mocha.
Edward, what's going on, man? It's Roz Mocha. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you guys?
Good. You are helping to kick off episode 1105 of the Roz Mocha Show podcast. Edward, what do you got for us today?
So my question was, if we as a society had a social credit score, how would you rank the five of you in order from highest to lowest?
Interesting.
Social credit score.
Okay, so let's say...
Hold on, wait. Before you continue.
No, let me explain. The sort of...
Okay, I want you to explain, Roz.
Yes.
And then, Edward, before any of us answer, I want you to give your answer, how you view us, okay?
So I understand. So if it's like a Black Mirror episode kind of thing, right? A lot of people think that this is what happens in China to their people. There's a version of it, but it's not as extreme as what you would think. Business-wise, there is. So a social credit score, imagine if we all start off, you get a number, right? We all have a number. And depending on how you live your life, that number can go up or that number can go down. Okay. And the lower your social credit score affects things like being able to take out a lease on a car, being able to rent an apartment, being able to travel, being able to go to restaurants where you can get blacklisted from restaurants, being able to use the equivalent of like an Airbnb, being able to go to a sporting event.
So what do I got to do to maintain?
Okay, so it all has to do with, like, let's say that it has to do with the people who pay their bills on time. Okay. Your personal rating after you use a cab or an Airbnb, like you're scored by the owners, the amount you give to charity, paying your taxes on time, not spreading false or misleading information online, not saying anything offensive, being able to not having anybody file a complaint against you, not being fired from a job, not like all of those things will diminish your credit score, right?
Edward?
So I totally agree with Roz's explanation. I just want to add to that. I think it's also really reliant on how you interact with other people in society. So the things that you guys would do to one another would affect whether your score would go up and down.
So you go in to get a coffee, you get the coffee and you don't say thank you. You just turn around and walk out. That is a review that would damage your credit score.
So Edward, from highest to lowest, rank the show.
I would say it's pretty close between Roz and Mocha. Roz just a little bit higher since, you know, he's kind of had the two careers, both on radio and TV. You guys are both married. Children, or you guys both have a kid, couple pets, have a house that's, I'm assuming you're close to mortgage free. Next would be Shem, and then close behind is Maria. Shem a little bit higher just because, you know, he's more established, a little bit older than Maria. And then at the very bottom, unfortunately, Maury, only because
of everything.
You know, he might do things like, dent a can at the grocery store to get a discount.
I don't do that. My dad did that.
Because he, you know, quote unquote, got hit by a car. Got a
I did.
Oh, my other leg hurts. You know,
we could hire 5 more people, and Maury would still be at the bottom of the list.
You could have just said Maury was last. I like how you said at the very bottom of the list. You know what? though, I agree with your ranking. I was going to rank the show in the same way.
Your search history also matters.
Oh, Maury at the very bottom.
Okay, Maury.
Okay,
but doesn't the social ranking also matter with like how much you go out and how much you do those things?
No. What do you mean how much you go out?
Like how much you interact in the world. Whether it's like going for dinner, being out in public.
No, but only if people have a positive interaction with you.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the, like where.
But how are they going to have an interaction if you don't leave your house?
Well, if I leave my house very minimally, I minimize my chances of getting a bad grade.
I was just curious.
Right?
Yeah.
But like somebody like Maury, like your philosophy with paying bills is what?
Oh, you get to it when you get to it. When it gets to the top of the pile.
See, you're losing
very
points.
Bottom of the list.
You're losing points. Maury, your charitable donations per year are what? What did you file on your taxes for your charitable donations?
Not this year.
Okay, not this year. Oh. Okay, so right, that's more. Maury, if you were graded by every cab and Uber that you've ever taken, what would your rating be?
That I'm great at.
Yes?
That I'm very good at.
Okay.
I'm very polite.
What about in a restaurant?
Very great.
Okay. What about when you go to a hotel?
Perfect.
Perfect?
Perfect.
All right.
You're not demanding?
Not demanding.
Bull.
I quietly steal.
There we go.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
So,
I
but
think
you
the ranking
already
was
talk
correct.
about it on
So
the show.
when Maury leaves and the cleaner goes into the bathroom and there's literally nothing there, not even the tray that they keep the soap in, there goes your score, Maury.
But I still have the tray.
It doesn't matter. You wouldn't be able to go to a hotel. Like, this is the thing with a bad credit score, you would not be able to book a hotel.
Or you wouldn't be able to go to the gym that you like going to because you steal all the shampoo.
Oh, yes.
Yes, you would be blacklisted from the gym.
Okay,
Very
whatever.
bottom of the list.
Very bottom of the list.
But I
Maury.
got a tray and free shampoo.
I know,
so
but
la-dee-da.
but you can't go anywhere. You wouldn't be able to go to a movie.
I don't need to go anywhere. I have a tray and shampoo.
Okay, enough of that.
Anyway, so pretty much in line with your way of thinking there, Edward.
Awesome.
I appreciate you, dog. Thank you for listening. I always see your name pop up on Instagram asking questions, and I know you've been on the show multiple times before. Before we let you go, Edward, between Roz Mocha, who's your favorite?
For 2025, I'm going to go something new. I'm going with Mocha.
Hey.
Just because it's a new year?
Yeah, I think so. Roz, you've been my favorite for the last few years now. So
Okay. Was it something I didn't do or did do? How did my social credit score go down?
no, you know what? The last time that Mocha asked me, and I said that it was you, you're just like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Social score.
Yeah. Okay. Well, looks like I'm not number one anymore. Not even tied for number one.
Appreciate you, Edward.
All right, thank you.
Have a good day, man.
Bye-bye.
See you, buddy. Next up, Mazar says this. Do you have something from your childhood that you still own and won't throw out?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Maury.
My brown spoon.
Okay.
Ew.
It's a cork, kind of like the handle of the spoon is like a cork thing or whatever. And that was like my spoon when I was a little kid that I ate cereal with.
It's
Yeah.
cork spoon.
But it's in like the cutlery drawer, but no, you're not allowed to use it.
it just sits there.
Yeah.
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 When's the last time you have used it?
It never, like when I was maybe 10.
Oh, and then you just kept it.
Yeah.
Is that the only thing you have? Or do you have other stuff?
I
You seem to me the type of guy who has a lot of stuff from his childhood.
Yeah, I have tons of stuff from
Yeah.
my childhood.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like I have a stuffed lion from Granny that I used to play with that now I have.
Really?
That morbidly I plan on giving back to her after she passes.
Huh?
Like I'm going to put it in the casket.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Like tuck it under her arm?
Like night,
Just on top.
You're
night,
just going to like lay it on, like just prop it on top of her?
There you go.
Just like a dirty old stuffy?
It's very clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like it's a thing between the two of us. So I thought I'd give it back to her.
Why don't you
then.
give it to her now then?
when she knows.
Well, yeah.
Because she just gave it to me.
When did she give it to you?
Just.
Like 5 years ago, she finally gave it to me. So I'm just
But
going to
she
hold
had
on
it
to
from when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Got it.
Oh,
So why don't
okay.
you give it back to her now and just be like, I
I
know
feel
you
like
just
that
gave
would
this
be
to me,
rude.
but
Yeah. Well, you should tell her, I want you to die with this.
Oh my goodness.
yeah, you should
Right?
say.
You should
I was
say-
going to put this in your casket,
Yeah, but I thought I'd give it to you now. Right?
Yeah,
Why
I
don't you
guess I
say-
could
why
do
don't you-
that,
Why don't you
yeah.
say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See how that goes over.
Yeah.
Shem, anything from your childhood?
I used to have this, and I mentioned this on the show before, this sort of like almost life-size teddy bear, I guess you could say, life-size bear.
yeah.
But that was recently thrown out after parents were doing some spring cleaning,
Oh, damn.
which kind of hurt, not going to lie. But
Did
I
they
actually,
tell you about it, or
oh no, it was just gone.
Oh,
It was just gone. It was just gone. So honestly, that was like the last thing. Maybe like a blanket or like a pillow, but
Yeah.
nothing that I can put my hands on.
No.
all right, Maria?
Yeah, I have like a whole bunch of like little jerseys from when I was a kid, like my first Grease jersey, Leafs jersey, and then I have a pillow that I sleep with every night that I've had since I was a kid.
A pill?
A pillow.
Oh, a pillow.
Ross, you don't seem like the kind of guy that
I have
keeps.
nothing.
you have
I was
nothing.
thinking about this. I actually don't have. I don't have anything from my childhood. Like not a toy, not an anything. My brother, though, we went through a bunch of years because we used to love board games when I was a kid, right? Like, and not just like regular board games, but like like Connect 4, and I consider that a board game,
Sure.
and Don't Break the Ice and all of those other stupid games. And when I was probably in my early 30s, my brother every year would go and find one of these games that we played when we were kids, right? And it was incredible because I hadn't touched or played or anything with any of these games. It had probably been 20 years at that point. And he would wrap it up, and on Christmas morning, he would go, here, shake this. And just like closing my eyes, feeling the shape of the box and shaking it once, I went 5 years in a row with guessing exactly what the game was on the
that's so
inside,
nice.
right? Where I was like, boom, I shook it once, ta-ding, I was like, Don't Break the Ice. Boom, Connect 4. Boom, whatever it was. And I went 5 for 5 years in a row.
And did you guys play the game?
And we did. And then we would spend all Christmas Day playing
that's
these
great.
stupid games that we played when we were kids. But I don't even have those anymore. Like, I don't even have the ones that he rebought me anymore. So it's tough. And when you have a kid, I'm like, we have so much of Roxy's stuff, right? Like, we don't even have the room for some of this stuff. And to me, it's just like, I have a hard time throwing anything of hers away, where my old man loved nothing more than throwing stuff in the garbage.
Yeah.
He would once a month walk through the entire house with a garbage bag, and if it wasn't nailed down, it was going in the trash. Right? I lost so much. He threw concert tickets away that I hadn't even seen the show yet. Right? Like, he would just throw everything away. So I have very little from my childhood.
My mom keeps everything, literally everything.
Yeah.
So it's all at my parents' place. The only thing that I'm in possession of, I have some like journals from when I was a kid.
Right.
That I kept.
Right. I think the big difference too, from people that I know anyway, like the friends that I've had in the past where they still would say that they have a lot of stuff left from their childhood, it's because their parents still live in the house that they grew up in.
Yeah.
Right? Where I never had that because my parents moved around so much that they would do a purge every couple of years when they moved. Right. So it wasn't this like thing where I had like, the basement was my basement, where I used to go and play when I was a kid. Like everything had been long gone by that point. Well, moving to a smaller house, got to get rid of more stuff.
Yeah.
And then just more of your stuff would go.
Nah, my mom kept everything.
Really,
Toys, clothes, drawings, like everything.
Do you ever go and dig and find an old toy that you used to play with to give it to your kid, or no?
No, she finds it and she'll like send me a picture because my sister had a kid like almost 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And he's at the house all the time.
Right.
So she'll be like, oh, look what I found, your old whatever, and Noah's playing with it.
Do you get jealous?
And I'm like, Ma, that toy is probably super toxic right now. Like, look what they made, right?
Yeah.
Like when Cruz was born almost 8 years ago, my mom was like, I still have your crib from when you were a baby.
Your crib? You can't put a baby on the mattress that's...
I was like, Ma, that crib, guaranteed, it is a safety hazard. Please throw it away.
Oh my God. Rusted screws. That thing that slides up and down will cut a kid's hand off.
You can't.
No.
Kara says here, have you ever put something away or hid it so well you never found it again? I still can't find one of my kids' Christmas gifts.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
I've misplaced things, but I haven't like intentionally hid something and then been like, oh yeah, I forgot I hid this here.
Right.
Misplaced for sure.
Right.
But not intentionally hide and then the hiding place was so good that you just can't find it again.
I had when my book came out, right? My agent drove to the house one night when he got the very, very first book that was printed, right? And he drove it to the house, and he wrapped it up, and he rang the door, and I was like, hey, what are you doing here? And he's like, here, I want to give this to you. And it was the first book, right? And I have known that I had the first book. Like, I knew that it was like there somewhere, and I'm in the office. I spent a lot of time in the office, and I'm in there all the time. And it was about 6 months ago where I was like, where's that first book? And I went looking everywhere for it. And I opened up all the boxes and I went looking because I had like a little note on the inside that I put on the inside.
So you knew it was that one.
Because I knew it was that one. And I went looking everywhere for it and it was gone. And I had no idea where it was. And I thought maybe it was at the cottage. And then I looked at the cottage and it was gone. And I like every couple of days I'd go looking for this thing. I'm like, where did I put it? I knew I was going to put it somewhere where I wouldn't forget it and I wouldn't lose it. And it was going to stay safe and everything else. And then finally I asked Catherine, I was like, hey, do you remember where I put that first book when I got it? The one my agent brought over to the house. And she's like, yeah, the one that's framed in that beautiful frame that I did for you right over your desk.
Oh my God.
Oh,
oh my God.
Oh, wow. That's
literally,
funny.
it's the only thing I stare at if I sit at my desk. It's in my eye line. And I sat at my desk for hours going, God, where in the hell is that book? And it's literally in a big, thick frame, beautiful frame, right in front of my eyes.
You idiot.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So that's why I'm not in charge of
was she
keeping
pissed?
things precious.
Was she pissed?
No, she was like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Right? Like, how many days did you
Stupid.
stress out over this? And I'm like, 3 days. I stressed out over this, right? But like, that's just me. Like, that's why
So funny.
I'm not in charge of the hiding things. I'm
Like,
not
she
in
probably
charge.
did that immediately.
Immediately she did.
Which is why you don't remember.
Yes. Yeah, because she knows that it would now be gone. Yeah. Right? Yeah.
That's a good wife you got.
Yeah, thank you.
You idiot. Grace says here, when it's garbage/recycling day, do you take it out the night before or the morning of?
Okay, so let's talk to the condo people first. So Shem and Dammit Maury, you guys don't know a garbage day, right?
Not
Never
at all.
have.
You just dump it whenever you got to dump it.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
like-
we're not allowed to throw stuff down the chute after 10 p.m.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's and what time can you in the morning? Like 8 a.m.?
10 a.m.
10 a.m. So you get 12-hour window every day to get rid of your stuff. What about your boxes?
You have to flatten those and put them in the bin outside.
So you got to actually physically bring
Yes.
those down,
Yep.
Yes.
bring those downstairs. Okay, cool.
I live on the first floor, so it's easy for me.
And Madalena, the property manager, will watch you and bring the box back up to your place if you don't break it down.
Do you have to tie if you have multiple boxes, or
No,
no?
no, you just dump.
You just dump.
You dump.
Oh my God, what a life, eh? So Mocha,
Because of the hours that I leave,
yes,
I take everything out when I leave. I never put it out the night before.
Right.
Because I drive around and I notice, like, in the neighborhood, especially in the summertime,
Yeah.
the raccoons get to the green bin and sometimes they tear open the garbage bags and like stuff's tipped over on the street. So I just wait until I leave in the middle of the night to come into work and I take it out then.
people in my neighborhood steal our recycling bags. So, like last week, I brought the recycling out, and there was barely
actual
anything
bins?
in it. No, just the bags that go in it because
Oh,
there's like
right.
a lot of because I drink like it's all cans in my
Cans,
house, right?
sure.
It's all cans, and so they just take them. So I brought the recycling out last week. The bin was empty.
Yeah.
Like really, really empty. There was one box in it, a pizza box. They don't even open the bag to get the cans out. They just take them and sort it out on their end and then just dispose of everything else. So I don't know where my recycling's going. The guys in the neighborhood just take it. I
Do
don't
you
have
just
a problem
think
with that.
like
I
just
don't
take
know.
the cans and like just
No,
keep
because
them
I don't
separate
want them rooting around in my. Because
Because if you know they're going to do that anyway, just make it easier for them.
And we have like it's a bin, like it's a wooden bin that this stuff is in. Like they come right up and open it up.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll walk home and they'll be in my recycling and they'll just like wave. Yeah. Right? And I'm like, I'm not going to kick them out. I'm not going to do anything. Right? Like I don't know. Maria at home, who
Yes.
takes care of this on your end?
My dad.
Your dad. And
Yeah.
you've never.
No, I have. If my parents are away or like they're busy doing stuff, like I've taken the garbage out. I'll usually go around and take all the like garbages inside my house and put them in a bag. But then my dad is usually the one that like sorts everything because sometimes I put things that don't belong in the recycling or whatever. Or I don't break down the boxes and then he gets mad because everything's overflowing.
Oh God, I went to going to.
But like I don't
my,
want to sit there trying to break down a box. Like, ugh.
My in-laws in Victoria, their recycling program is bananas. It's crazy. They have like 5 different recycling bins. So, and I mean like different types of cardboard go in different bins.
What?
And when they come by, they look because all the bins are open. Like they still have those old school open bins, right? Like no lid on it. And if they come by and they see that there's a piece of something in one of the bins that doesn't belong, they won't take any of it.
Really? You got to wait till the next week?
Yeah.
Well, that's like the whole styrofoam thing.
Styrofoam goes in the garbage. now.
Garbage.
Yeah, it should be recycling.
What do you mean? Well, I mean,
It's basically fluffy cardboard.
Well, no, it's toxic.
yeah.
It goes in the garbage. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why you
Oh.
can't recycle that stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with you that it should be, but it's not.
Yeah, because every time like we make chicken or salmon, my dad gets mad every time because my mom and I always put it in the recycling.
In the recycling,
And he's
the
like, you
styrofoam?
can't
Yeah.
put this in the recycling.
I know, it belongs in the
And he
garbage.
gets
Yeah.
so mad.
Yep.
C. Fabro says here, do your parents have a favorite amongst you and your siblings?
Oh, Mocha, go.
Oh, me. Done. Next.
Next. Shem.
My sister for sure.
Oh, yeah?
For sure. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. Especially now, now that she's moved away.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. She lives in Buffalo.
They miss
and
her
like
more.
you see your
Oh, they
parents.
miss her more.
Miss her more.
Miss her more.
So you should stop visiting your
Yeah.
parents for a little while. Let them miss you.
No, listen. Even if she was here, it would still be Chantel.
Yeah. Maria.
Both my sisters, except
Wait, what?
me. My mom. When my older sister comes home, my mom like greets my older sister, hugs her. Oh my God, they'll call each other. And then when my younger sister like leaves for Ottawa, my mom cries. I go anywhere, no one cares.
Well, because you still live in their house.
Yeah, but
They see
like,
you
come
every day.
on, shed a damn tear when
When you leave, gotta go to work? You want your mom up crying at the door? Or you're going on some beautiful vacation
I
that
could
she's
go away,
not?
and they're like, "Hey, have fun, bye," and I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah,
My sister
cry. You
cries.
live there.
Do we bother asking Damn It Maury? Because we already know the answer. It's your brothers, Daniel and Kyle.
Oh, yeah. Like there's no pictures of me up there.
Wait a second.
Hold on, in the house.
You go to your dad's house, there's no pictures of you?
No, it's pictures of them. Like I feel like I'm a guest.
How does that make, that's gotta feel terrible though.
Like I actually brought framed pictures of me once and I'm wondering where they are.
You provided framed photos of yourself? Were they just pictures of you or like you with your dad?
They were pictures of us as a family.
Oh.
Like all of you? You, Frank, Donna, Daniel, Kyle?
Yeah, like a whole family.
And that picture doesn't get displayed?
I don't know where it is.
Oh my God.
You're like a weird uncle that shows up every now and then, huh? You're not even a son anymore.
Wow.
Have you talked to your dad about that?
Oh, how do you bring that up?
No, but so you haven't then?
No.
No, but why do you think that is though?
I think that they have so many photos of stuff that goes on all the time in the house, graduation pictures, pictures by the pool. I just think that, one more might be too many.
But it's a person though.
Yeah.
No.
Like
It's their son. Not a person. It's their son.
It's all good.
But
Is it
nobody
though?
noticed. That's the other thing. That you know what would make me feel the worst in that whole situation? It's just that none of them have ever walked through the house going, "Oh God damn, we don't have Picture of Maury."
Yeah. Do they have a picture of Matthew up?
No, of course no.
Okay.
But the least thing they could do is when I'm coming over, maybe just put the one that I sent them
Right.
up and then take it
Do
down
you know
when I
where that
leave.
one is?
Do I know where it is?
Uh-huh.
No idea.
Oh, you should get one done and just like go in and just hang it on the wall.
Yeah.
Or just put it in the kitchen or something. Put it on the table.
It would have to be like one of those ones you can put on the counter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just do that and see. And then
See how long
the
it
time
lasts.
after, see if it's still there.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do that.
Right?
Now I'm thinking about pictures of my house, and the only graduation photo is my younger sister's.
There's no photos of you around?
There are, but only graduation photo is the one
graduation.
of my younger sister.
What did she graduate in?
Well, she's in law school, so
Oh, okay.
makes sense.
Well, that's why. Yeah, that's why.
All
let's
right.
be honest.
Nancy, hello. It's Roz Mocha. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. You guys?
Bonjour. You're in Quebec, right?
Bonjour. I am.
All right. What's your question for everybody? It's good to have you on the show today.
Thank you. My question, if I were to hand each of you an address, let's say in the Toronto suburbs, and the goal was to make it there by using nothing but a traditional map or an atlas, if you know what that is. So no GPS, no Google Maps, no Waze. You can't ask for directions either. Who would make it there first or even at all?
Oh, for sure, me.
I think everybody would. We all know how to read a map, right?
No, that's not true at all.
I used to. Like with my parents on the way to New York. We used to do those. We used to use maps all the time. And
I
used to
still
help.
print out MapQuest.
No,
Now?
MapQuest is directions though. MapQuest is like Waze. It's turn left on here, turn right on here. I mean, if you had a Pearlie's,
A what?
A what?
The Pearlie's book.
the Pearlie's book.
Like a
the hell's
411
that?
pages?
No, the
thing?
Pearlie's book.
Pearlie's?
Everyone
Yes.
used to have it in their glove box.
Everybody had it in their car.
This is before my time, so I don't know what you guys are talking
It
about.
was the map that was a ringed, like it was a book.
You had
and
that
it
in
had
your glove
rings on the side.
compartment?
And it was parts of the map, and you would have to go to the pages that were
My
relevant
dad
to where
had
you
that.
were going.
That's what it's called, Pearlie? My dad would have a book like that.
Yes.
And there
Hey.
had coupons in it, and you'd have to try and find where you're going by going like C7.
Yes, it was like playing
Pearlie's.
Battleship.
Yeah,
How do you spell
that's
that?
right.
P-E-R-L-E-Y?
I think.
Yeah, P-E-R-L-Y.
You had to, like,
P-E-R-L-Y.
I think they're still around.
Yeah.
Pearlie's. Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, this logo doesn't look familiar, but I know whether it was Pearlie's or not, I know my dad in his glove box did have a map book,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
I can do
Okay. If you, I don't think everybody on the show, I don't think Maria would be able to. I don't think Damon Maury would be able to.
No, I think I think I would eventually somehow get there. I just don't think it would be time efficient.
Like, here's the thing.
and
Here's
I
the
might
thing.
end up in someone's backyard.
Okay. Here,
But you're just following streets.
Yeah,
though,
but
right?
sometimes
Here's-
streets get closed.
Okay, so here's the. Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
If you weren't in the city you lived in, okay, like if you used Waze to get you to Pittsburgh,
Sure.
right, and on your way out of Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania, your Waze dropped, and you are now in this situation. So you get a map, okay. So you don't know. There is no "you are here" on a map. First thing you have to do is find out where you are on the map.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, I'm dead.
I'm calling my dad crying.
I'm calling
Calling
Maria's dad.
911.
I'm calling Maria's dad crying too.
So you wouldn't be able to do it.
To find where I am
Yeah.
without dropping a pin on my phone?
Yes, without dropping a pin on
Nah,
your
bro,
phone.
I'm
And you
dead.
can't ask for help?
No.
No, I'm doomed. I'm crying in my car. I'm just never going to move
Shem?
there.
I think I could do it. I'm
could
pretty
do it.
confident.
Yeah.
I
Maury?
think I could do it.
It's so funny that you said Pittsburgh because once Matthew and I were driving home from Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
we got lost looking at a map,
Yeah.
had to turn around and go all the way back and start again.
Right. Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. No.
Yeah.
There's a way to figure it out.
What if you just keep driving straight and then
Yeah.
eventually figure out where you are?
Exactly. Can't you like drive
Like,
around and
welcome
then
to
find
the
like
city
a
of? What's near
landmark or
Yes,
like a
but then-
sign that says that you are
Yes,
in
but then,
whatever
but
city,
then,
whatever
but then
neighborhood?
you have to find that also on a map.
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Once I see exactly where I am,
Yeah, but you can't zoom in on the map.
No,
you know,
but you
it's
could
paper.
find like Main Street and 16th
Yeah.
Avenue.
right.
Yes, and then you got to find out which direction you're going.
Oh, God, that's it.
Yeah, but a lot of street signs have a N, W, and all the rest.
No, they don't.
No, not
No,
all the
they
time.
W.
What are the other ones?
Can I use the compass on my phone?
No, you have no phone,
No
No
technology.
tech.
no tech.
Could you, Nancy?
Well, I come from, so I'm in Quebec, but if you look at the map of Quebec, there's a peninsula. So I'm right at the tip. Like any further, I'm in the Atlantic. So I moved to Montreal from a town of 5,000 to Montreal
Wow.
in the 95, 96. So no tech. And I freaking aced it. You can give me a map and I can go anywhere because obviously I was a small town girl, like dropped into this huge city. So it was like sink or swim. But yeah, I'm the same generation as like Maury and Roz. So I'd worry about Maria. So Maury.
I'll tell you what city screws me like right up is if the times I've been in London, England.
Oh.
I'm used to cities where on the corner there's a pole with two little signs that say this street is this and this street is that. When you're in London, they don't have street signs on poles.
Where do they have them on?
On the
How do
side
you
of the-
know what's
they're on the side of a building.
If you're lucky, you can find it on the side of a building.
Oh, Greece is like that.
And not all buildings have them.
Oh, then you're screwed.
It is so difficult if you don't know where you're going to navigate your way around if you have to be somewhere. It's so there's not having street signs on corners of streets is maddening.
So you bust out Google
when that's
Maps
what
on
you're
your
used
phone.
to. You got to bust out Google Maps and then walk around, and then some guy in a scooter takes your phone out of your hand.
Oh, no. Great. Hey, Nancy, how did you discover the Roz Mocha show if you're out in Quebec?
Well, I started really into the podcast during the pandemic, and
Yeah.
I was into like all the true crimes and so on and so forth. And then when I thought I was getting too well versed in the true crime,
Too psychotic?
yeah, I started questioning myself. So I said, I'm going to go look for something lighter, and your ad popped up, and I'm like, oh, I'll give this a try. And I had tried other ones, and I was hooked, and I've been hooked for 3 years, and I think my Spotify count was like 60,000 some minutes last year.
Wow.
So I've been listening to, the regular everyday episodes, but I went back, so I'm at 234.
Wow. And we're
So
well
today,
over
Robert, let's see.
1,100 episodes, plus we got the 6-part docuseries, The History of Roz and
Oh,
Mocha.
absolutely.
Right? So there is a lot for you to go through.
There
Nancy,
is a lot, and I love it.
appreciate you. Love you so much. Love the dedication. You had a great question for the show today. Thank you for taking the time to be with us here on the Roz and Mocha Show. Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Hands down, pants down, Roz.
There we go.
Wow,
I think maybe it's the fact that we neither of us had a McDonald's when we were growing up in our hometown, or our mutual love for Everybody Hurts. But anyway, it's Roz.
Nancy, you're the best. I hope we talk to you again. Have a beautiful day, okay?
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes episode 1105 of the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.